Welcome, Scorpio. This is Regina from Pacific Tarot, getting ready to do your new moon in Taurus reading, active on the 15th or 16th of May, depending on where you are in the world. And what is highlighted for me, not the most important aspect in the sky by any means, I'm not working that way, is Mars joined to Chiron, the planet, the wounded warrior. Mars is our physical energy, our courage, our power, our passion, our determination. And meeting Chiron is around facing our fears, facing our wounds, facing what has been unfair in our lives. This can translate into global terms as anger about the injustice in the world. And I know where I live, that is palpable in some segments of the community that surrounds me. A lot of anger, a lot of frustration. For you, Scorpio, particularly if you have Scorpio rising, this is visiting your house of significant others. And as most of you know, significant others can be not only a person, a lover, a friend, a sibling, a child. It can be a group of people or a passion, an opportunity, a gift. So change is built. This is what your ruling planet, Pluto, is teaching us as it is stationed retrograding in Aquarius. And the stationing is about its slowing down and appearing to change direction. So moving retrograde, it's by going back over lessons we've learned. And as we know, a retrograde is really an appearance from our earth-centered geodesic perspective on the heavens. Planets don't stop and go backwards, change direction, but from our rotational spin, it can appear that way. Right? Pluto moves much more slowly than the planet Earth does. So I'm going to begin with the wild unknown archetype. For the card I chose for you, the vow. And the words, the titles that can alternate are the promise, the oath, the contract. When the vow is spoken, karmic ties are formed and destiny tilts on its axis. Our words and intentions have immense power. The tricky part is that reciting the vow, no matter how casually, activates the eternal and unseen forces of the world. The ancestors bear witness and the laws of nature respond. These promises cannot be unsaid or forgotten. Acknowledge the vow you are living by, consciously or unconsciously, and either recommit to it or create a ritual that signifies its closure. You've been underestimating the power of your promise. So this card particularly speaks to ceremony and ritual, and that means that time stands still, and in that moment of ritual, anything is possible. So for many of you, what comes to mind is Hecate, who is one of her many roles is that of deity of the underworld. And before any new moon, there is a ritual in which you can place offerings to Hecate at a crossroads. That is literal. And it must be done at night. She reigns at night. Her power is amplified at night. And this is a way of giving gratitude to whatever has been gained in the previous lunation. So from the full moon, from the new moon to the dark of the moon, which is when this ritual is intended to be activated. And that dark of the moon is the 3 days before the new moon. This is a way of surrendering to whatever has come during the previous lunation and making space for the energy of this new moon. So this is coupled with the word trust. I accept that my inner voice will always guide me correctly. And this is interesting because the item of words and language has been strongly highlighted for you for a while. That you're not the only sign that has had this focus, but you're one of a few. And the idea that you are allowing your inner voice to speak through your voice, through your writing, language, presentation, is important in terms of its power to release you from some former vow that may be unconsciously still active or alive in your awareness. So this is an opportunity to release that. In the present energy, we have the Ace of Wands, and this is about a new beginning. This can be about a new relationship. And what it feels like is that you're entering into a new stage of something you have created. So you've built something, you've started something, and you've gotten it to a new stage of experience, of presentation. If this were, for instance, a script or a book or a presentation, you would have scripted that out, and then it moves to a different stage of development. And this card is indicating that something that has been created must go through a number of different levels of development to be ready for the public, the audience, or forever, whoever is intended to receive this. That's an example of a way that this is a beginning. A renewal is also another possibility. Something that you began before, you're beginning again, or you're restarting something. And because this is highlighted in the area of your life that relates to significant relationships, this very much can be involving another person. In the past, the King of Wands. This is showing me the power, the energy, the confidence, the inspiration that has required you to build something to the stage it is currently in. There's a lot of backstory to how something has or is being built, and that can represent some kind of mastery of a skill, mastery that has been fueled by your inspiration, your desire to discover or explore some aspect of potential growth for you, a way that you are expanding your possibilities in the world. So this thing that you have created or are creating comes from a place of a powerful creative flame, that being your inspiration, your desire to see this thing completed, fulfilled, and to put it forward confidently as an authentic expression of your voice. And in the future, the Empress. Oh, okay. This Empress is resonating for me as the beloved. So this is a way of imagining this creation fulfilled, as complete, as being ready to be received or to be recognized or acknowledged by others, as ready to be consumed. However, this particular project, beginning, or creation is living in the world. It is living as a powerful mediator of acknowledgement of your gifts, of your effort. It is being received and recognized by peers. It is an emblem of your elevation in a particular field. So when you think of an expression like the darlings of ... this is the energy that the Empress is bringing in this moment to me. Something you've built, something you've created is being embraced by your peers, and that's who matters to you. Now, it doesn't mean that whatever you've created isn't going to be embraced by a wider public audience or more customers or students. It's just that its initial blush is very much an empowerment and feeds the sense of uh, completion, work well done, something finished off in a holistic, complete way. If this reading is resonating for you, Scorpio, please like this video and subscribe to my channel, Pacific Tarot. Your efforts, your presence here is greatly appreciated, and I feel the love. So thank you for the support you give in whatever way that is. And the King of Wands is clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. And the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Queen of Cups and the Ace of Cups, and the Empress is clarified by the World and the Two of Pentacles. I accidentally reversed the cards, but I like this better because there's more color on the table, and I'm all about that color. Okay, so the King of Wands in the past, clarified by the Ten of Swords and the Knight of Pentacles. Wow, you have gone through an incredible transformation. There is so much that you have released, so much divestment in the expectations of others. In many ways, this represents a clearing out of things that were, in fact, stinging you, cutting you, harming you, separating you from yourself, truly. And in that way, you have made space for this incredibly powerful energy that you exude. And that is what has given you the vision that you clearly arose from this moment of transformation. And this is not an easy death. This is a long, difficult death. It's been at least a 10-year healing period, exercising movement. For many of you, it's less time, depending on your needs or what transformation you were activating. But for most of you, this is something that was only, this current project was only able to emerge as a result of a release, a surrender to old stories of who you were and who you were expected to be. In the present, the Ace of Wands is clarified by the Ace of Cups and the Queen of Cups. This is quite lovely. Yeah, you're giving yourself all that love, all that. This is almost a response to what filled in your life after you released that old story, those old messages, those old tapes of who you are and what your place needed to be. That was flooded in with this tremendous sensitivity, awareness, receptivity to the love, the energy of making and contributing to the world. There's almost nothing that could hold you back. And I see you not only contributing to the world, but accepting yourself as a lover, as a giver, as somebody who can do that in a way that doesn't harm, but that contributes to this overwhelming sense that a community, a family, a team, A group of loved ones is a collection of loving energy and support. And that's the story. That's the vow that you're sticking with. That's the commitment that you are remaking, that you are lifting up, that you are acknowledging in your life. Your creativity comes out of love. This is love for the planet, love for the world, love for humankind, love for yourself, allowing you to make more connections in the world, not less. It's not about separating you from anything or anyone, but about seeing the connections, having compassion for those that you had to separate from, but still loving them, still recognizing the connection, holding that fast. In the future, the Empress, the beautiful Empress, is crowned by the World and the Two of Wands. You're definitely hitting some mark of success, even acknowledgement, recognition. I hate to use the word fame because that's been such a bastardized term in today's world, a la Andy Warhol. But I do believe that your creation is getting out to the world, is being seen, and that couldn't please you more. And as a result of this, you actually are planning your next move. You recognize that you've been preparing for this for a while. And establishing this as a benchmark of creativity, you're looking to your next move, your next creation, your next opportunity to learn something new and to articulate that, to build something from that new experience, new environment where you specifically are holding up your desire to grow more. This is really beautiful. It's like this is just the beginning, and I'm so intrigued by the Empress's crown in this rather dark, it is the shadow deck after all, but it's beautiful how the crown sits above this whole sort of gossamer creation. It's almost like flowers that are made out of this gossamer cloth and these golden but quite possibly dried flowers and leaves that emit this sense of gold. And then there is almost like a tiara crown, and above that is sort of the big crown of truth. That's how it occurs to me. I'm going to finish up this reading with a flower oracle. How can I neglect this? And I have pulled the camellia, and the key word is peace. Be calm, and calm will come. Thank you so much for being a warrior for world peace, Scorpio. I see you, and I totally honor this expression, this urge, this urgency that you express through your work, through your efforts. Thank you again, and until next time, namaste.